All right, it's day 174 on the Appalachian Trail. Yes, it's raining. I spent the night at the standing Indian shelter. It was just me and a couple of mice. Got there and I was exhausted after yesterday. I moved more trees and scurried through the woods more than I ever have before. Got there, set everything up, and made my dinner. And I'm sitting here eating my dinner, and a little mouse is on the table going, "Drop something, drop something." I didn't drop anything. I got in my sleeping bag. I wore my down jacket underneath. It's cold too. And I was asleep instantly. I woke up this morning raring to go. It rained all night. It was so cool. That tin roof, metal roof. I just sit laying there smiling in my sleep. I like it. Had everything hung properly. Got up, had no problems at all. Ate my breakfast, drank my water, got cleaned up. Now I'm on the Appalachian Trail. Today could be a special day or it could be a yucky day. It's going to be special anyway. I cross into Georgia, woohoo! And assuming I make it to Dix Creek Gap, I'll only have 69 more miles to go on the Appalachian Trail. And I say that I've enjoyed my Appalachian Trail adventure. Rain, everything. Woo, it's raining now. Here's a shelter about 5 miles ahead. I think it's Muskrat shelter. I may stop in there and do an inventory. Make sure I still have my feet on. My poor old feet have been wet now ever since Irma came through. I put on dry socks. But when you put dry socks inside wet shoes, they get wet. So that's what happened this morning. I actually have a spare pair of dry socks. So around noon, I may even switch into them. But I don't think it makes much difference because it's raining, ground's wet. I was laughing to myself this morning about what are the biggest inconsistencies on the trail. And I think it would have to be the Weather Channel. I have missed more days with zeros because of a 100% chance of rain where it didn't rain, or it rained for 30 minutes and it was clear. And today was a 10% chance of rain, clear skies, and it rained, like I said, all night long. So I don't know what those guys do at the Weather Channel. You know, you just can't trust the forecast more than one day. After that, it's a crapshoot. So a lesson to all you thru-hikers is don't plan anything based on the Weather Channel more than 1 or 2 days out. Let's see what else. My pack's light. Got it down to there's no food in the food bag. All my food's in my front pack. Plan today is to get to Dix Creek, get picked up, and go into town. Then I'm going to slack pack. I may slack pack all of Georgia. My friend Chops called me and said he would like to slack pack me the last 2 days. So I was planning on going from Dix Creek to Unicoi slack pack. It's about 15 miles. 16 actually, I think. I've got some hills in that one. I've seen hills though. Then Unicoi to Tesna T Gap. That's a fairly easy section, especially once you make the climb up Blood. That may be the next day, I gotta remember that. Then you've got Tesna T to Woody Gap. Then I'll do Woody Gap to the parking lot about 1 mile south of Springer. And then that's where Chop said he'd like to pick me up, bring me back. If he does that, that means on Tuesday he'll take me back to that parking lot. I'll do the 1 mile up to Springer. I might kiss the monument, I don't know. Kiss the plaque, write a little note, take some pictures, then pop down to Amicalola Falls. It's about 8.5 miles. I'll probably use the access trail rather than the Linfoot Lodge trail. I like them both. I actually like the Linfoot Lodge trail better. But I read somewhere that the old Appalachian trail that went to Oglethorpe Mountain, or Mount Oglethorpe, was part of that was the access trail. So I'll do it anyway. So that's pretty cool. Should finish next Tuesday. Around 3 o'clock at Amicalola Falls Park. If you get bored, just come on down and meet me. I think my wife's going to be there and have refreshments. I don't think you can have alcohol in the state park. Otherwise, I'd be popping a cork and watching bubbles shoot. That'll be a fun time. Celebrate my great adventure. It's hard to believe it's coming to an end. Of course, it's not over yet. I got a lot of stuff yet, but holy moly. I hit 2,100 miles yesterday. I think I'm around 2,110 today starting. Put me about 2026. I'm doing all this off the top of my head. 2026 when I finish today, 69 miles to Springer. Man. But old Mother Nature's throwing it at me. Hurricane Irma. Oh my goodness. I hope this section today's not got a bunch of downed trees. I really got frustrated at the shelter prior to Standing Indian Shelter. I can't recall the name of it right off. I couldn't find the shelter. It was the trail to it was covered in trees. Finally got to it, and that whole section was just horrific. Here's a downed tree, but at least it fell off the trail. I was listening to all that rain falling last night, and I was thinking, man, if the winds are strong today, there'll be a lot more downed trees. But maybe not. Well, anyhow, here we go. Day 174 on the Appalachian Trail. Enjoying the last day in North Carolina. North Carolina's been a good state. The Nantahala Outdoor, or the Nantahala hiking club, I think that's what they call themselves, had done a marvelous job maintaining the trail. But I feel sorry for those folks. It's going to take them weeks to clear all this blowdown. It's funny, when I get into Georgia today, that's the section that's maintained by Chops. Yeah. And I'll give him grief. He's got a bunch of blowdown. I said, you should be out there with your chainsaw, getting on it. Oh, man. It's so funny. He takes such pride in that section. Like everyone does, I guess. But who knows? Anyway, Dix Creek today. Now, if I were a through hiker and I didn't live here, I'd be stopping at Top of Georgia Hostel, which is at Dix Creek. Serves something a lot, hikes a lot. I've forgotten his trail name. When I did trail magic with Bigfoot back in March, he came by a bunch and ate a lot of hot dogs. But okay, let's get on this trail. Here we go. Go again. Most of it I've been able to walk, pick my way through, or pick it up and throw it out of the way. This I'm gonna have to go around. Every step is effective. It's either got leaves on it, or sticks, or fallen trees. And you know how you love rhododendron. Trying to walk through fallen rhododendron is like walking through barbed wire. It grabs you every way it can. There's the trail down there. All right. Here we go. Get through this. You can see that's falling. There's another fallen limb. Part of the things that's kind of spooky, you grab a lot of them, kind of shove them out of the way, and all of a sudden one will come falling out of the tree. You didn't realize it was attached up there. Okay, through that one. Did you get the idea? Look at all these nettles. I'm gonna eat you. You better watch out. Typical. This is about I'm guessing a mile south of Deep Gap. So you're doing a climb. So you got wet rocks covered by wet leaves, with branches. All right, but nobody's making me do it, right? All right. Okay. All right, I'll put up the phone here. Focus on this. Holy moly. Yeah. This is kind of what you've seen all day today. What a mess. All right, let's get out of here. All right, I'm at Muskrat Shelter. Muskrat Creek shelter. And the area around here has just been destroyed. There are trees down everywhere. There's trees down going to the privy. There's actually trees sticking through the window in the privy. And the trail, I tell you, if it wasn't for gut hooks, I couldn't find the trail around here. This is just amazing. All right, let's keep on going. This is Blue Ridge Gap. We'll have to find us an alternative route. All right. I'm 3.6 miles from Dix Creek, and Mother Nature has struck again. Okay. The trail goes off to the left. I think I'll try to go across here and then go down to the left if I need. Okay. I don't see that working. It was so cool a while ago, seeing my buddy Chops. I was thinking we'd probably go back 43 years. I was a high school student when I first met him. He's a retired band director, very good band director also. But he was judging me for district band, all-state band. He was my judge. I just thought, what a cool guy. Who would have thunk 43 years later he'd be waiting for me on the Appalachian Trail with a veggie burger or a veggie sandwich. He was on a croissant, 2 donuts, had 2 cookies, a pickle, and a Coca-Cola. He's a cool guy. He was telling me that in Georgia, there's roughly 1 person assigned for each 1 mile. They have that many people willing to help, which is amazing to me. Which I guess is one of the reasons the Georgia Trail is one of the best maintained. You know, you can't tell it today because of this hurricane, but it really is. It's cut back well, it's maintained well. He also told me that sign back there said Southern Nantahala Forest, which we're not in here, we were back there, where all that blowdown was around Muskrat shelter. They can't use chainsaws. They have to use hand saws to cut that stuff. It's going to take those poor NOC club 10 years to cut all that stuff with a hand saw. Crazy. Anyway, he's a cool guy. Smart. Can't believe I'm saying all this about you, Chops. He's smart, very well read, a deep thinker, and real free thinking, which is probably one of the reasons I like him so much. But he has almost a photographic memory of the trail. I'll tell him where I am, and He'll tell me what's coming up next. And usually a funny story about where he was at that time on the trail 20 years ago. He told me one today. I told him about seeing a mouse last night. And he said he made the mistake of taking some trail mix and putting it beside him one night and going to sleep. And when he woke up the next morning, a mouse had eaten through the bag and gotten the trail mix and ate everything but the apricots. He said it kind of pushed the apricots over in a corner in a nice little pile. And he said, I can't blame him. I don't like apricots either. So, just a funny guy, good guy. But I had no idea he'd be sitting there waiting on me today. I'll tell you what, that sure was a nice lift. I've been digging my way through all these fallen trees. So that makes it better. This section has not been bad with trees falling like the rest of it has. I don't know why. I guess we're on the leeward side of the ridge. So maybe they weren't getting the winds here. You can see where all the leaves have blown down though. A lot of green. So far that's been indicative of I'm about to see a tree down. I just saw one down a while ago. Okay, let's keep on going. I'm going to Dix Creek. I was at 3.6 a while ago. Got Mrs. Greeter waiting on me. Can't wait to take my shoes off. It's rained for 3 days now. And even though I put on dry socks every day, they're wet immediately. I even put on 2 different pair today. They're beginning to chew into my toes. So I got a feeling there'll be some K-tape on them tomorrow. All right, here we go. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. This 1 mile north of you, Chops, it's got a lot of damage. This isn't your section. I've counted 12, 13, oh my goodness. 13 sections you couldn't go through on the trail. You had to go around. And then a whole bunch of stuff like this. This is the trail. Can't go through here. Have to go around. That's 14. $15. Get over that one. Oh my goodness, look at this one. I guess this will be 16. And this is the section north of you, Chops. So you might want to let that person know. Get over this. Looks like poison oak there. I don't want that. Okay. And all that was within 1 mile. And 17 if you count this one. And I believe this is where you start your section. Something gets don't see a sign here. Probably got blown away. This may be it. We'll find out. This tree's been cut before. Did you cut these chops? Uh-oh. Here's a section. All right, I'm gonna put my phone up so I can figure out how to get through all this mess. All right, I'm at Cowart Gap. I see you left your hat here, Chops. So I was wrong on that last section. I remember you saying you started at Cowart Gap. The last 2 miles going north from here probably had 20 blowdowns. When the ridge was to the left or to the east, since I'm going south, there were no blowdowns. If the ridge were on the right or on the west, that's where all the blowdowns were. So this must be your section here. I think you said it started at this gap. Let's see. Oh, you got all these steps. You told me about that. Okay, so far so good. I'll let you know if I see anything. Ooh, lordy. There's a big old blowdown. This is in your section, Chops 2118.9 going south. Sure you know where it is. Look at all this. My goodness, how did I get over this? You only had one tree limb down so far. Now I moved it out of your way. Then I fell when I did it, because I figured you'd get a kick out of that. There's a stream down here below me. I'm a mountain man, climb a tree, lumberjack. That's a big old tree falling. Okay. There's one. How come your section's so steep? Couldn't you put in like a escalator or something? I don't know if this is fresh or not. You may have put it in there to block water. Nice stream here. And here's another little blowdown. I'm walk over this though. I do believe. All right. Alright, just another day on the Appalachian Trail. Oh, here we go. Alright, I'm coming into Dix Creek Gap. The last time I was here, I was doing trail magic with Bigfoot. Alright, Dix Creek Gap. All right. Another cool thing about Dix Creek Gap was I've hiked everything south of here this year. So even though I'm planning on finishing it, when I hit Dix Creek Gap, I am a completed thru-hiker. I won't count that though. Alright, here we go. Mary! See Mrs. Greeter. Alright, here we go.